Days ago, Mayor Henry sat down for an exclusive interview with WANE 15. I asked the mayor about Electric Works, the renovation of the old General Electric campus that has been touted by the Wall Street Journal, among others, as transformational for Fort Wayne. The developers now have 1 month to nail down the final funding and leasing benchmarks. I asked the mayor what it would say about Fort Wayne if this project fails.
Well, I think it's a situation where Fort Wayne has stepped up and said, you know, we've got some possibilities in this community. Not every initiative succeeds. I've had a few during my tenure as mayor that didn't succeed. Fortunately, there weren't too many, but some of them were very aggressive, and I took a hit. But at least you tried. If it doesn't work, then I'm not going to badmouth them and say, you know, what did you do that for? Instead, I admire the fact that they tried to do something in a very difficult area with a tremendous amount of space. And I think what we do is maybe step back and say, okay, this particular business approach didn't work. What else is out there? What else can we possibly do? You don't give up. You just step back and reassess and go a different road, perhaps.
What do you think? I mean, because you still are left with bigger than Glenbrook kind of eyesore just south of downtown. What other approach might, or have you heard of, or that might work?
Well, off the top of my head, I don't know. But
Okay.
I think if this particular approach is not successful, I think it's probably a good idea for a group of businessmen and women, perhaps some additional developers, to sit down without any particular commitment to taking space, but rather sit down and brainstorm other possibilities.
Or if the project, as proposed, doesn't go forward, does any of the blame rest with your administration?
I certainly hope not. Did we do a significant amount of due diligence? Yes, and I'll accept that. Because we're talking about $65 million. That was their request, and much of it taxpayers' dollars. To be able to come forward and say, yes, we'll put that in escrow, we will invest it in this particular project. If I'm going to do that, or ask the citizens of Fort Wayne to do that, then I want to have some level of assurance, some comfort level, knowing that this is going to be a good investment. Because if it's not, and we put that money in there and we lose it, to me, that would be an extremely difficult position for us to be in to explain it to the next generation.